Hello, my beautiful boss playmates. It is me, Aisha, your favorite boutique consultant, and you are not going to see my beautiful face during this video. As promised, we are going to talk about Shopify email. Now, I'm sure a lot of you may use MailChimp or MailerLite or something of that nature, but Shopify a few months back decided to test out email, and I was one of the lucky ones to test it out a few months back, and I used it quite a few times. I still use my MailChimp more than Shopify email, but I have used it and played with it so that way I can show others how to use it. So that is what we're going to do today. We're just going to create a short, just create a little email for my subscribers, and so that way you all can see how it works. And if it is something you would like to use in the place of whatever it is that you already use now, or let it be a contender for something that you would like to use whenever you do launch. Now, it doesn't have a lot of the same features as other advanced email hosts such as MailChimp, but it does the job. So we are just going to go ahead and create an email. So you're going to click on marketing in your menu, and then you will come to the marketing overview page and you will click on create campaign. And then of course you're going to go into Shopify email, and you will come up on a screen with the activities whenever it decides to load. For whatever reason, it's going slow. Okay. So it also lets you know, if you are not aware, that you will have to pay for Shopify email only if you send more than 2,500 emails a month. Since a lot of you are newbies, beginners, haven't launched yet, I highly doubt you will be sending more than 2,500 emails a month. If you do, then great. That is awesome, amazing. But until then, it will be free. If you go over, like I said, you will pay $1 for every additional 1,000 emails sent. So yeah, we're just going to click off of that. So here is your starting point. It will bring up a page full of templates. And even though it shows all of these different things, you can actually edit them to your liking, or you can just do a blank one and create it the way you want. I am actually just going to, let's see. Let's do this. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. If you can look at my screen, and it's 12:12 a.m. So, yeah. All right. So I am actually going to select this one because I did just mark down some items as well as create an automatic discount where the clearance items on my site will be an additional 30% off. So that's what my email will be about. Okay, so here we go. You can change the to all subscribers, or you can have different customer groups. This is similar to what I have talked about in the past. If you are not aware of segmenting and what it means, I highly recommend you click the link in the description box that will be about email marketing. There is a masterclass that I taught, and I go into a little bit of depth about segmenting your list. So, being that a lot of my subscribers are actually on my MailChimp account, this is the main reason why I don't use Shopify email, because I have more subscribers than 417. So, yeah, I'm still gonna send. I'll just make this, but I probably will not send it here. I will send it in MailChimp. But this is how it's already segmented, but I also have this one, a high amount spend. I actually added that myself. If you go to the customers page, you can actually create new subscriber groups that you know you want to create, but I'm not going to go into that right now. So your subject needs to be something that's going to catch the eye. You need to make sure that it's not in all caps. A lot of times when it's in all caps and a bunch of exclamation marks and things of that nature, it will be considered spam. Also, make sure that you do the preview text, because that is something that's going to appear right after your subject. So we're going to create a subject right now. Let's do is now 8%. Normally, if I'm creating an email in my phone, I will add emojis, but they do not have that option. Excuse me, y'all. They do not have that option like MailChimp does. MailChimp gives you an option on your laptop or desktop to add in an emoji, and it's not doing that for me here. All right, so that is going to be my subject and preview text. And then you scroll down. This is what the template already looks like, but I can change it up to my liking. So I'm going to change how this is. It says the seasonal sale is here. I might just keep that. I do want this to be capital. All clearance is now an additional 30% off. No code needed. Head to head to the shop, not the shop. We'll say site. So now we're going to change this button. We want this to link to. See, this is the only other thing I don't like either. I have to actually go to that and go to the collection and add in that link. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So we're going to copy this link, add that in here, and wait for that to load, and that is done. And I'm fine with that font. That's fine. Okay, and let's see here. We'll put check out to slay. I'm going to change this. And you can actually just click on that and it will bring up all your products. I'm going to take out the price, leave the description. Okay, so that is fine. And then I need a button. So see how there's no button here? I want there to be a button here. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to add a button. Where did it go? Oh, wait, there's already a button here. So let me click off of that. I didn't even see that. Uh-oh, go back. There was already a button and we didn't have it. So this means it's not shown. Obviously, the eyeball means it's not showing with the little line through it. So we're going to click that. We need that to show up. There we go. So there's that. If you click on the arrows beside different things, it gives you options to change. So I'm fine with this, but I just wanted you all to see that. Okay, so we're going to be fine with that. And I think I also want to change. What items do I have in my clearance right now? We got that. This is supposed to be on sale. Why is this price different? Okay, so I was gonna put a clearance item there, which I might just leave that there. Let's see, we'll put no, never mind. We'll just let me see what this button is. This button is just for the website. I think I'm gonna have this be a new arrival. So let's do that. Oh, I forgot about this. And that. Let me think. What do I want to do? I'm gonna add that product because that's plus size. Plus size is always good. All right, so let's change this to that particular product. I'm going to add that in there. We're going to take out the price, get the description in. Actually, I'm not going to put description in because it's going to be too long. I'm going to leave that color. And I want that button, and I want to delete this. So when you just hover over certain sections, you'll see the copy or duplicate, or you can pick this and drag it to where you want it to be, or you can delete. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete that part. And that is what I want in there. Okay, so I'm fine with that. Fine with that. I don't want my address to be in here, so I'm going to take that out. We want the social media icons to show. So we're going to wait for that to come up. And I wish it would save the way it saves in MailChimp, but it does not. That kind of sucks. And make sure you do type in https:// thing, or else it will not load. And you can also change the color of the icons. I am going to keep mine as blue, so that way people can see it and it sticks out. And you can also change the color of the backgrounds if you want to. Let me show you what it would look like. So let's say we changed it to black. That is what that would look like. And then let's say you wanted to do, let's go take it back to no background. And let's say you want to do this part purple. And let's say you want to do the content as blue or something. That's what that would look like. I don't recommend doing all of that because it's just extra for no reason. This part is fine being purple. I might just keep it that way, even though I'm not sending this, which I kind of want to send it because I've already made it. But yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. Whoops. I kind of like it as black, to be honest. And then with your logo, it's automatically going to put the logo that you already have. You can always change it if you want to, or you can just make it bigger, which I'm going to do now because it's teeny weeny. And that is better. And then you can have a background for it if you want to. Your divider color is this right here. I'm actually going to change that to purple. Well, my color purple. And there you go. Now, if you have an image here that you don't want to use, you can always click this and you could change the image if you want. You can also do a full width image. And you see how it takes up the whole screen instead of having that border around it. That is fine, whichever one you want to do. Sometimes when you have it as a full width image, it will make the email, like it'll take it a long time or a longer time to load when a person opens it. So sometimes you don't want to do that. So then you can just go through it, look over it, see how it looks. If you think it's fine, I recommend doing this next step, which is clicking right here. This is how it will look on a laptop or desktop, and you click here and it will show you what it looks like on mobile. It's going to look basically the same, so it's just long. Whereas on MailChimp, it looks a little bit different on mobile. And then you click here to send yourself a test email, which I also recommend because for whatever odd reason, anytime I go through, proofread my email, look through like all the pictures, just look through everything, and then I send myself a test email, I somehow still find a mistake. So I always recommend sending out a test email so that way you can see how it looks yourself. So yeah, I'm not going to do that, obviously. And then you're going to review. And then you will get to see a preview of it here. You'll also be able to schedule it. I send my emails at 6 o'clock in the morning on weekdays for whatever reason. Well, not whatever reason, it's just I know why. Majority of my customers open up emails between 6 and 8, and I know that's because a lot of my customers are business women, so they tend to open up the emails like in the morning time, or if they're or moms and they open up the emails, when they're getting their kids up and all that stuff. So my open rate is good, and but it's better in the morning time. If I send it like after 10, 11, 12, it's not going to get open majority of the time, and then I have to resend the email the next day just to those people who did not open it. Okay, so here you go. This is letting you know all the details. It's showing you everything that you've done. It's showing you the activity or the preview of it again, as I've said. You look on the mobile version, which is obviously, like we said, it's going to be the same thing. And then you have the option here to schedule it, which we will do. We will send this on Friday at 6 a.m. and then you will schedule it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and let this go. Unfortunately, some people are not going to get this email, which I don't really like that because I'll probably resend it, but I'll probably do it again on Monday, and I'll change up the wording and stuff of it and do it in MailChimp because I'm missing quite a bit of people on my subscriber list if I do that. So let me rename the campaign so I know what this is. I will put in 30 clearance so I know what I talked about in this. And that is it in a nutshell. Super easy. It will also let you know the activity, like how many sessions came from it, how many people open up this email and they placed an order, when your sales amount, your cost, all of that. Everything will be in your results after people have already opened this email and you started activity. Now, this here is new. I am actually going to see real quick while you all are here. You all can see this with me because if this is what I think it is, this will be another reason why I will start using this. So let me see if this is what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna make it a whole email. I just want to see something. It's not letting me. Oh, haha, duh. Testing out something. All right, let's see what this does. If it does what I think, this will be awesome. Okay, so we will schedule this one to go out. This is next Friday. I don't know why I'm doing this as if it's, but I still need to do it this way so I can see. Once, if it pops up the way I think it's gonna pop up, I will explain what I'm doing. Yes. Okay. So this is something I have been waiting for. Now, if you all have seen my other video around email marketing, I'm not sure if I talked about it in the masterclass or the YouTube video, which one. I know I talked about it in the masterclass, but I don't remember if I talked about it in a YouTube video, but I will also have that linked in the description box as well if you want to take a look at that. But when you are doing email marketing, another important aspect to remember, other than, of course, segmenting and not doing so many email blasts, is automations and the customer journey. MailChimp has a customer journey and they also have automations. Shopify has not had that. So now that I'm seeing that add activity that was right beside it, this means that basically, if you are my customer and you open up this email or subscribe or whatever one, you open up this email and you see about the clearance, blah, blah, and then you see the new stuff, blah, blah. And I can go through and I can see, who purchased, who didn't, all that stuff. I see that, a lot of you all did not purchase. I will then go in and create probably like a customer group or something and make it maybe, first time purchasers or someone who didn't purchase, whatever. Or I can just send it out to the whole list again of who I sent this one to. So what will happen is, let's say I get most people go through the clearance. A lot of them will purchase some of the clearance, but they don't touch the new arrival. Okay, cool. I want you all to purchase some new arrivals. So this email is going to get sent to you, which I've already scheduled it, next Friday. You will then get an email giving you a discount code off of the new arrivals that you saw in the previous email, as well as whatever new arrivals I may have purchased by that time or posted by that time. So you're going to keep on adding activities. So this will be the next one. So it is basically a series of emails or a journey that I want this specific group of customers to go through in order to get sales. That is what the automation or customer journey is. I do that a lot in my MailChimp. I go into detail about this in another one of my master classes. I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, that is, I'm telling you, if you do this correctly, you will definitely gain more sales because you are, number one, you are being consistent with your emails. So people are getting used to getting emails from you on a certain day or at a certain time. I always do mine on weekdays, 6 a.m. It's always how it is. I rarely do them on weekends because, like I said, my ladies are mostly business women, moms, that sort of thing, and they normally just open them up on the weekdays. Weekends are bad for me, even on Instagram. I don't even get Instagram, Facebook, anything dealing with weekends. It just doesn't work for me. So yeah, figure out what works for you and your customers. If you're just launching, then you just have to experiment. That's what I did. I would send a bunch of different emails, different times, different days, and I just had to figure out what worked. That's what you have to do. So I highly recommend doing this and playing around with it and seeing what your results look like up here, because this will definitely help you get more sales as well as consistency, subscribers, all of that sort of stuff. All right, so make sure you all my son is crying, so I need to go get him. But my next video, I am not sure yet exactly what I'm going to be talking about. So let me look at my phone real quick because I actually had what I was going to be talking about. Let me go to it real fast and see what I was going to talk about after Shopify email. I apologize for not telling y'all ahead of time. Okay, so my next email is going to be not email, sorry. My next video is going to be all about your focus and what you need to be focused on as a beginner or newbie boutique owner. It's not going to be what you think it's going to be. So I highly suggest you tune in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you click that little bell so you will be notified when I post that next video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Good night. Good day, good morning, whichever.